Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Just like that, friends, we're back with Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone inside Hy-Vee here in Muscatine off Highway 61. I hope you had a great weekend. It rained a lot. Whew! It rained so much yesterday that my kids and I and my mom, my kids and I went to college to be an English major. I should be able to put a sentence together. We hit the road to the Quad Cities because my boys are obsessed with going to Chuck E. Cheese. At this point, we should own stock in that place, and we were the first ones there yesterday. I know you're jealous of that, but we raced the storm that showed up here in Muscatine, and then it followed us in Davenport. And it was just coming down, right? Like, we couldn't get out of the car for a couple minutes. So I know that we have more rain in the forecast, and I'm certainly not a meteorologist, but it doesn't seem like the river needs more rain. So I don't know what that means. One of my friends was saying that he's been looking out into like July, and maybe we'll see more flooding. And I know that's not what anybody wants to hear. Grass looks good. Probably can't mow it, but sure does look green, and I would just like to maybe get to, oh no, Ryan, come on, man. So we've got one nice day this week, and then it's just rain all the way through Memorial Day weekend. Look at that, 82, 79, 75, 77. You know, the Aquatic Center is supposed to open up this weekend at Weed Park with Parks and Rec, and are they going to be able to open? I'm assuming they will. Certainly I've been at the Aquatic Center when it's rained, but usually Memorial Day, it's like the signal to the start of summer, and you get a couple of days where it's sunny and even maybe a little hot. And I don't know if we're going to get that unless something changes. So we'll see. And the last thing I want to mention before we get officially started this morning is several area high schools had their graduation ceremonies yesterday. One of those being our friends in Wilton. I think Durant had theirs as well. And I saw this picture on Facebook from Wilton. This almost looks like a stock photo. Right? Like if you Googled high school graduation ceremony, you would find that as a stock photo. So congratulations to the Wilton Beavers class 2019. Not really sure how many members of the senior class, right? So when I see pictures like that, it's a trip because my senior class had 777, I think was the number. So when I see small schools like that, I'm almost a little envious because I don't know. My high school is humongous, and I see that that's like their whole senior class, and it's pretty awesome. So shout out to everybody that graduated. And, of course, Muscatine High School will graduate this Sunday, May 26th. I should also mention that L&M graduated yesterday. I saw a lot of just Facebook pictures, friends of mine celebrating their kids or grandkids. So it seemed like all of those went off without a hitch. All right, so we've got a really fun week here on the show. We're almost to the point where we've got 2 or 3 guests every single day. So without further ado, let's get to our first guests that are here with CBI Bank and Trust. Boom, there they are. Madison Sturms, Sky's first time on the show. Madison's carried the 15th time. Welcome back. How are you? Good to see you.
Good,
Sky,
good to
thanks
see
for
you.
coming. First time. Mm-hmm. Not that far from where you're at.
No.
So for those of you that Madison's been here, everybody's like, hi, Madison. It's old home week, but Sky runs the branch on Park Avenue.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but at least as far as in Muscatine, I know that branch is it the newest or was it redone recently?
They remodeled it a
Okay.
few years back, so
Okay.
Yep.
That's what it was. All right. I just remember all of a sudden it just looked like a brand new
Yeah,
space.
it's very nice in there.
Yeah, that's great. All right. So how long? And because we know Madison, we're not going to skip past you, of course. But it's your first time, and I don't want people to be rude. We got to get a little, do a little bit of getting to know you. How long have you been with CBI, and how long have you been branch manager?
I've been with CBI going on, it'll be 3 years this coming November.
Awesome.
And I've been the branch manager the entire time.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's fantastic. So what is it about, Sky, what is it about CBI Bank and Trust that gets you excited to get in and get to work every day, even on a possible rainy Monday? Like,
Well,
everybody moves slow after the weekend, but I feel like if it's a weekend where it was kind of a wash, like it
Yeah.
was, like maybe we're more excited to get to work. I don't know.
well, definitely our
Yeah.
customers, because we have a lot of regulars that come in, so look forward to chatting with them every day. And then, of course, new customers too.
Sure.
Every day is different, so
Right, that's
I
exactly
enjoy
whether you're at the Park Avenue location or downtown, where Madison is. Every day is different, right? And it's,
Yep. For
that's
sure.
what I
For
think
sure.
is the same thing about working at a place like Hy-Vee. Like, we definitely have our regulars. I love, there's a lady, and I should remember her name, but she just like grabs a cart and walks to get her steps in. And I love it. Like there's so many people that I see every day that are, whether
Yep.
they're getting stuff here or they're like the retired guys that are in the restaurant right now drinking coffee. It's just nice to see some familiar faces. This absolutely free checking is brand new. We talked about this a little bit last week. But there's a couple more layers to it. So for folks that are watching, and again, this is the way that you could win those grills. And Sky,
Yes.
you have a grill.
We do.
Madison, you have a
Yeah.
grill
Yes.
downtown. There's a grill here at the CBI Superbank inside Hy-Vee. All the CBI locations giving away grills. So if you're watching and you need a grill and you need a checking account, absolutely free is the way to go, right?
Yep.
So let's just touch base on that again, and then let's get into a little bit more of the other options that are available for folks.
So you can enter into the drawing for any of our checking accounts. We've got 4 different personal and 3 different business accounts. And if you open any of those, you are entered into the drawing. So we do have the absolutely free. We have direct interest checking, the 50+ interest checking, and then the preferred interest checking on the personal side. And then Sky's.
Yeah, so for our businesses, we have the absolutely free business checking, of course. And then we have business interest checking and then the commercial analysis checking. So there's 3 different types of business checking accounts currently available to our customers.
Now, the direct interest, I don't even know. Sometimes I feel like I understand what y'all do, and I feel good about it, and it's like, I'm gonna pat myself on the back, and then you said direct interest checking, and my brain was like, don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So is that like, it seems like with what we just mentioned, there's literally an account that would fit anybody's needs.
Yep,
right?
I mean, absolutely free checking is great, but we have all different types, so we kind of like to ask our customers a series of questions just so we're getting them into the right account.
So who would need, I don't know why I can't stop thinking about this direct interest checking, who would need that? Like what would they benefit from, who would benefit from an account like that with CBI?
So the direct interest checking is a checking account for people who have direct deposit or an automatic payment. So
Excellent.
it is an interest-bearing account, and you can get into that account as long as you have one or the other. So and then there's no minimum balance or service charge on that account, and you earn interest as long as you
So
have
really,
that.
the only thing, and most people have a job, or most
Right.
people have something
Yeah.
coming into their account that's being deposited automatically. So
Are you surprised? It seems like the majority of us are on a direct deposit. Are you surprised when people are not, like with their job? And I know that exists. I get that. I'm not saying everybody out there has direct deposit. Like when I was at the radio station, when I first started, they didn't have it. And I was like, what is this? This is a check? What am I supposed to do with this? I hadn't had a paper check in a long time. And then,
not many people get a real check anymore.
Yeah.
So a lot of
so
people fit
wild.
into our direct interest checking, to
for
be
sure.
honest. So
well, and that's a great option, right? I mean, if you want your money, and again, if I'm wrong, let me know, but it seems like with the direct interest, your money is then going to make you money because it's going to make some
Earn
interest.
interest.
Or earn interest.
Yep.
Not make interest. Earn interest. I'm learning for myself, all right? And then the ease of access to everything. And for people that are getting a paper check anymore with the CBI app, you can just take a picture of it and it's taken care of. So even if that's still the case, like somebody's writing you the check, like Ryan Broderson, do you have a checkbook? You're so young. Cody, do you have a checkbook? You do? Okay. Well, Ryan doesn't. See, you know how to write checks. You know how to cash them. Is that what you said? That's good. But that's just one of those things. Like I remember getting that first checkbook and trying to keep a balance. I'm the kind of person that I want to be able to see everything on my phone, know where it's at, and then, and that's just kind of it. Like mobile banking that is secure at the same time. Sky, have you found that over the last 3 years that people are starting to utilize that more? Because
Definitely.
I don't know, like what would we have done back in the day? I mean, we think about like the internet, like we've had it forever, but we hadn't. So would people had to have like call, like, can you tell me what my balance is over the phone? Is that anymore? I would rather trust like my fingerprint or a series of passwords versus.
I can't tell you how many times a day I check my app.
I know.
Sure,
I
sure.
know, I'm the
I mean,
same
it's
way.
so convenient, and you can do transfers from checking to savings or savings to checking. So, I mean, it's a great tool, and we really like our customers to use that, and our customers love it. So, those customers that aren't currently using it, we're constantly trying to, get them into using it because it really simplifies their life.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that's just it. And again, and I say that like that wasn't too long ago where you would have. I don't know, assumingly if you can't make it to the bank, you would have had to call in. And then how do you verify that you're talking, right? I mean, like, you know, I know there's things you can ask people, but I guess for my sake, I would rather trust a password that I that I remember,
For sure.
and a login name and all of that versus trying to call in and I don't know, somebody to pretend to be me. Again, unless you're trying to pay off a student loan or put money in my account, please go ahead.
Then you're good with it?
Then I'm good with it. What about the, you know, obviously the real estate market in Muscatine is still just blazing hot. Houses are being listed and sold in a matter of days. Interest rates are still holding steady, it seems like. You guys make it easy with the home loan process. Again, people can choose to stop by any locations, whether it's downtown Park Avenue, here at Hy-Vee, or literally any of the CBI spots. But then also being able to go to the online mortgage center. So that process has just gotten so much more convenient. I feel like people know where they're at, they know what they can look for. I don't know, just talk about that. You have some really strong lenders at CBI that make that process truly easy.
We
right?
do have, like, you can apply also for a consumer loan on our website.
Sure.
So, but yeah, that's the loans we do.
Yeah.
But
Don and Dana, they're at our downtown location.
So obviously mortgage different from consumer loan. What would I use a consumer loan for?
A car.
Yes.
That's the most
golf
popular
cart.
one.
Has anybody come in and got a consumer loan for a golf cart?
Not
recently?
yet. Do you want to be our first one?
I would love to have a golf cart, a little triangle, orange triangle on the back, and drive it around.
There you go.
Yeah. So I would be the first one to get a loan for a golf cart.
That we
Oh, gotcha.
The two of us.
There's people out there that are like, I got 7 golf carts. I think I bought them.
Yeah.
What about those rates? So we talk about the consumer loans for people that are in the market for a vehicle. How have those rates? How are they?
Pretty good right now.
Skyrocketing or anything, right?
Yeah. Compared to where everybody else is at, we're very comparable and
And then you probably work well with all of like our friends like at Toyota of Muscatine. I mean, right? People go there.
Yeah.
They have their I don't know. It just seems like, and it's nothing against like other financing options, but if you have banked with CBI for a while and then you're shopping for a car, it would make sense to
if you've got a
out.
good relationship with the bank, it's always good to keep that business with them. And
well, and then again, you also know, you can just set up the payment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all there.
And if you've got questions or something, we're right here. So
absolutely
very convenient.
And what is that process like with respects to? Is it just a matter of somebody filling it out online or stopping by one of the locations and then kind of, again, seeing where you're at, how much you can get approved for, what type of interest rate you would have,
right?
And then...
Yep. So again, like Madison mentioned, you can apply for a consumer loan right from our website, which is something fairly new.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we would love for you to come see us, too. So
right. That's just it. We started the show talking about familiar faces and getting, something different every day. We don't want to get to a point where banking is fully automated because, I still think that we all crave that human interaction as much as we are living in a digital age. Seeing people having conversations, sometimes it might be the only conversation that somebody has is when they're interacting with one of you, or I think about that with myself in this job now and people that are only maybe out on a limited basis. But when it comes to banking, that's such a relationship business,
definitely.
right? If you think about some of your coworkers, and I would never name names, but there's people that have been with CBI for years, right?
Yep.
And it's incredible the relationships that they forge with people, and they will tell you stories about how they helped, that person get the loan for their business, and then they helped them get their house, and now they're helping their kids get, mortgages or whatever, car loans.
Yep.
That's where it all comes back to those strong relationships, right? And then at the same time, sticking with the trends and getting into the technology, as long as it's safe, which it all is. And I always preface that because I know there's people that don't want to trust taking a picture of a check and mobile banking, but it's all on the up and up. But that those relationships are so vital. And I know that you both probably, and you mentioned that you get to meet people and talk to them and know about their lives, and it's more than just a transaction, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's more meaningful. And then a lot of people, I don't think you can win more than one grill, but you're going to be making a lot more friends when you give those away.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're
and-
excited to give those away.
I was going to say the only trade-off is if you win one of the grills from CBI Bank and Trust, you should invite whichever location you won it from,
For a
right?
cookout?
It's only to be fair. Like, look, you could have a party if you brought everybody from downtown. Now, Madison, I don't know how many people are downtown, but that's quite a few, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully you got a big backyard. And then Sky, your branch, which, excuse me, I think we're going to have a picture of in just a second. I like the different themes, by the way. And I can't remember which theme did you guys have on Park Avenue?
We had like a luau beach party.
That's right. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Luau Beach Party. There's the grill that's here at Hy-Vee. Again, I can't win it. There we go. Shout out to the Park Avenue crew. How many people do you have? Is that the whole crew right there?
Yeah, we have 9 total people that work in the office, but we had a few extra people that day. There was some people training, so.
Awesome.
Yep.
What about that? What about any opportunities, whether you know the answer or not? I mean, it seems like CBI is the type of organization that's constantly hiring people.
Yeah.
So again, we would refer you to the website. I'm not trying to put them on the spot, but if you're looking for an opportunity, you can always call Bob Howard. I'm sure he handles those phone calls, right?
Yeah.
From the office downtown. Yes, Bob, are you hiring? What? Don't call him and ask for that. There's easier ways to find out. We were showing the app. We were showing social media. Ryan, let's go back to the main website for CBI Bank and Trust. I mean, the different locations are great. Do you guys ever get to travel around to the different CBI locations? Do you ever like cross-train with each other or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely.
That's good.
Do a lot of
There's some
training.
in Illinois now, right?
There's one.
What? Is it Buffalo Prairie?
Buffalo Prairie.
Okay.
Yep.
See, I kind of know my stuff, right? Sort of. All right, let's jump out to that main website, and we'll just kind of show everybody at home everything that's going on, right? And it's really just as easy as accessing it from your phone, from your tablet, or if you're, old-fashioned and you got a laptop or a computer. From personal banking options like checking, savings, CDs, IRAs, mobile online banking, personal loans, mortgage loans, the online apps, that's all there. And then Ryan, look at the business and ag tab just for a second, right? So we know that there are so many people that farm
Yes,
throughout
definitely.
Muscatine County, and I know that ag lending is so important to y'all.
Yep.
I mean, it's incredible when you see people, that come in and then they go purchase $1 million piece of equipment,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
I don't know. I know
Our egg customers are very valuable
Yeah.
to us. so
absolutely, and they've been having a tough season with all this rain. I mean, that's one thing maybe we should mention more. Is in addition to people that are dealing with flooding along the rivers, what are our fields looking like? I can't imagine that this is boding well. It's so weird, and I don't know a lot about farming and agriculture. I wouldn't claim to, but it seems like you never want it to be too dry. But then now we've had a lot of rain, so
Yeah.
where's the happy medium? Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. But again, with ag lending, CBI has done that well for a long time. All right. Is there anything else that we need to mention that I haven't gotten to? We have so many pamphlets. I don't want to miss out on anything.
Well,
And by
just,
the way,
you
these are
know-
always available at all the different locations, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
Look at all those CBI spots. Sky, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Well, with all of the rain that you mentioned,
Yeah.
what better time to come up and come to one of our locations and open a checking account,
Yes.
when you're sitting inside bored because you can't do anything.
For sure.
We'll take care of you.
Right. And we want one of you to win the grill and then invite us over and we'll bring some brats or whatever. I mean, that's the least we could do if you win a grill and then invite us over. Are all the grills the same at all the locations?
Yep, they're all the same.
Nice, and they're all very nice.
Yeah, they are very
All right, so listen, there's a lot of different ways to connect with CBI Bank and Trust. It's easy to do from your mobile device, social media, and then please get signed up for one of those absolutely free checking accounts. Or if you're in the market, again, for a new vehicle, if your current vehicle is nickel and diming you, it's worth looking into, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for
because
sure.
I think people would be surprised when you go through the process and then you kind of see where a payment would be at.
Yep.
Right? Like it only will make sense to do that, and then you'll stop putting money into something that eventually is not going to make it. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Madison, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see
Sky,
you.
don't be a stranger. I was so excited when, shout out to John Moravik, when John said you were coming on. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
Again, we're not that far from where you're at.
No, you're not.
The ironic part of this whole thing is that we have the CBI, the Hy-Vee Superbank, and I don't know if we've had anybody that works there on the show.
We'll work on that.
Isn't that
Yeah.
interesting, though?
Yeah.
That is interesting.
I see those guys and girls every day.
Yeah.
I never take any of their candy.
We're going to have to make them come in early, though, because I think they open at 10
Yeah.
over there. So we can arrange that, though.
Slackers. How dare they?
But they are open until 7 o'clock.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
that is pretty convenient
Monday through
when you
Friday.
can get
Very
your banking
convenient.
done. I mean, for all those people out there that are getting those big novelty checks at 6:30
Yeah.
and you're going,
Yeah.
what am I going to do with this? Come to Hy-Vee and deposit it. All right, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Let's go, if we could, CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, which is nice. And we are in, this is perfect timing, right? I don't even know if these guys knew that I was going to also send the Toyota Muscatine cart cam to the same aisle, because today, Monday, June 20th, is National Rescue Dog Day. So this is very appropriate if you are looking to add a four-legged friend to your family. And we hope that you would go to places like the Muscatine Humane Society, right? So reach out to the Muscatine Humane Society. We've lost the aisle cam, everybody. Somebody must have borrowed it. Wouldn't that be funny if we saw someone? No one's ever stolen any of the cameras, so that's good. Don't start now by stealing the aisle cam either. All right, so we're going to cut to Cody, who's got the Toyota Muscatine cart cam, and he is going to go in a straight line from where we're at right down to that pet aisle, which is aisle 16, because again, it is National Rescue Dog Day. We had our friends with the Muscatine Humane Society here at the store a couple weeks ago with some four-legged friends out front. It was great having them here, and we understand the good work that they do. And of course, not just dogs, they've got cats as well, right? So if you're in the market for a dog or a cat, I'm not a cat person. Admittedly, I don't hide it. I'm not like anti-cat. I don't want one. All right? I think I'm actually allergic to long-haired cats. I've said this before. One time I came home from work and there was a cat in my house. So that's even worse. Like if it's a surprise cat, like I literally opened the door and there's a cat looking at me. And I was like, why is there a cat in the house? That cat's name was Murphy. He made it 2 weeks and then we sent him out to another nice home because I was seriously like coughing and getting like a tickle in my throat. So aisle 16's got everything for your four-legged friends, and there are some dog toys right there if you should find yourself adopting a dog on National Rescue Dog Day. It's also National Be a Millionaire Day. So if anybody that's already a millionaire wants to loan us some dough, Mike Church, would love to take a couple bucks off for him. Just $2 million. That's it. I want a novelty big check. National Be a Millionaire Day. Wow. Sign me up. All we got to do is win the lottery one time. And it's National Pick Strawberries Day. So maybe you're picking strawberries and that's making you a winner. And then Ryan Broderson, always quick to point out that I leave some of the things out from the list, like the National Quiche Lorraine Day. Click on it, Ryan. I don't know what that is. I know what a quiche is. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead, click on it. Click on the quiche Lorraine. You can't? What is it, a picture? Okay. That's good. That's just text. All right, then. Wow, the tables have turned, haven't they, Ryan? There we go. That's good. We'll take National Rescue Dog Day over Quiche Lorraine Day. I don't even know what that is. All right, let's get to our next guest. I love having two guests on Monday. Megan Francis is the marketing boss at Sunnybrook at Muscatine. You know that. But today, she's putting on the hat called Muscatine Walk to End Alzheimer's. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's.
Gosh,
You got it.
There's as I've gotten older and progressed in life, there's a couple of things I understand, Megan. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to spell receive right.
Right.
There's another one, that restaurant. I
can't either. What is it?
I'm so thankful that my phone will auto-correct restaurant.
There's a few times I even write it so wrong that autocorrect can't quite find it. But I'm like,
I don't know what
no,
you mean.
I swear.
But
it's
then
a word.
Say it.
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. I just feel like I've said it wrong my whole life, and I'm embarrassed because I should know better. But the Muscatine Walk to End Alzheimer's. This is exciting because we had an event, we had a group in Muscatine, and then there was a year or two without.
Yeah.
And now we're back.
Yep.
And full speed ahead. We're going to get to the walk in a second. I don't want to go out of order because tonight. So if you're watching us live, and still, I don't know if there's a certain time tonight.
5 to 8. I know. I was
Okay.
trying to figure out when you go on tonight.
Well, if you watch this starting at 7:30 or 10:30 p.m. on cable, you missed out. Unless it's still before 8, then you could get to Boonies.
Run in,
call
tell
in an
Chance,
order.
be like,
Right.
hey, and I want it to go towards this.
Well,
I'm sure he would.
I'm sure that even if it's
Yeah.
whatever time tonight and you called Boonies and wanted to place an order to help out the cause.
This is why I'm calling, and
Yes.
I just found out about it.
Right.
Right.
I need to get it on the action.
Yeah,
All right, so
I'm sure.
that is tonight at Boonies on the Avenue in downtown Muscatine. And it's one of those great deals where people can show up, Megan, and they can eat
Yeah.
and maybe get 3 appetizers if you
Sure.
only get one.
Yeah.
And then a portion of sales going back to the group,
Take
right?
some boxes home, eat for the week. A lot
right.
of it does reheat really well, so
Yeah.
just buy all the night and
It's that easy,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, so while that's also going on tonight, will you be there and some other folks from the group
Yeah.
with information?
we're gonna have some of the members of our
Okay,
team
perfect.
out. So we'll have registration information. How can you get signed up? Can you be part of the team still? to raise awareness. We'll give some cards out.
Good.
And then also some fundraising ideas. So
Sure.
I do want to do a team, but I'm a little afraid of what are some great ways to get it out there on Facebook and just start raising awareness and raising money.
And this is all good to note, and you can see it on the screen right there. This is a walk, an event that is sanctioned or that is part of the Alzheimer's Association.
Yep.
So that's great. And they do different events. I'm cheating and looking at your sheet. They've got one in
Yep, you got
Burlington,
it.
Muscatine, and Ottumwa.
Ottumwa.
Ottumwa. I don't know if I could ever spell Ottumwa, but I can say it correctly. Alzheimer's disease is relentless. So are we. This is great. On the back of this, it says every year, more than 500,000 people come together in over 600 communities, Megan,
Yep.
for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. This is absolutely fantastic. Participants carry flowers representing their connection to the disease. So I wanted to ask you, and it's something that I have on my notes, do you have, I mean, the answer could be, well, based on where you work, maybe you encounter folks that
Sure.
that have Alzheimer's, have been diagnosed, but do you have any personal connections yourself?
I don't. Just real
Sure.
close connections, obviously, to the families that I work with at Sunnybrook. And I really find it's almost hardest for the families, for the
Absolutely.
caregivers,
Yep.
working with spouses who all of a sudden these changes are happening. And I mean, there's so much changing as you grow older anyway.
Yep.
And what is this? And, is this normal? And how do I help this? And then trying to take care of yourself as well. So spouses, family members now, mom or dad is not acting the same as they
Sure.
did, and they're not recognizing is really the big one.
And I don't think any of my grandparents had Alzheimer's. I don't think so. But my mom's dad had a series of strokes. And I'm not going to compare a stroke to Alzheimer's. That's not what I'm doing. But I can tell you that in that same vein, the sense that you're talking about, right? The family you're looking at someone and going, you appear to be okay.
Right.
But then maybe things are just not connecting, and then things progress and he had several more strokes. And then, I mean, it can get overwhelming.
Yeah.
Even if you have a super supportive family like my mom does with all of the siblings gathered around, it was tough to watch grandma go through that.
Yep.
And then a couple years later, she had some issues of her own. So, right, 100% we need to be there for people. So it's not only the individual that is struggling with Alzheimer's, and I mean, I can't even imagine just in an instant sometimes, whether it's a slow thing or it's an instant type thing. I mean, imagine how they're feeling, but then, right, you take into account the toll that can have on the family. And we don't say that, I don't say that as someone with Alzheimer's is a burden. Please don't take that away.
Right.
But we also understand that they need to be supported, right?
Yep.
And sometimes they need to have people to help out so that they can have a break, so to speak.
And one of the things is understanding.
Sure.
So as I talk to families sometimes, and they'll explain these things that don't make sense, and when I start to say, this actually is a natural progression, and you're going to see sundowning later in the afternoon, and that's what it's going to be harder.
Sure.
Some of that just knowledge is a relief, and that's what the funding goes towards. So
Sure.
It's enhanced training in our area and getting lectures and getting that information out, because once you start to understand it, it's a little bit easier to process. You find ways to connect, times of day that are better.
Sure.
Or maybe just connecting in a different conversation. Instead of, do you remember what happened yesterday? Let's connect about when we first met. Let's connect about your childhood. Those things are more comfort. And once you understand those, so you have that knowledge, actually that relationship can be improved greatly, and can still be very touching and meaningful. So it's just finding those ways to connect with each other.
It's interesting the perspective that you have, certainly with what you do every day at Sunnybrook, and then wanting to champion the cause along with a handful of other folks to make
Sure,
sure that this
yeah.
event is back in Muscatine. And the walk, I should mention, is August 10th, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But I want to mention Sunnybrook, of course, because again, the reality is we're all getting older. I say that a lot on the
Yeah.
show. I'm going to be 36 in September. It's just
You're a baby.
Nobody is stopping the aging process.
Right.
So when we find ourselves at that point where we could use the extra assistance, Sunnybrook is there in a variety of ways. So and again, you're not really here to talk about this, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. So
Yeah.
for folks that have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's that are going through that process, how can Sunnybrook meet them and help out? I'm assuming you've got folks at Sunnybrook, and I wish I knew this, more offhand, but I'm sure you've got folks there that specialize in Alzheimer's, and they can help them, right?
Yeah, and we have a memory specific area, and we employ Montessori programming, and this is really hands-on. So we're really concentrating on what people still can do.
Sure.
So many people, they can't do that, they can't do that, they can't do that, and then they end up in front of a TV,
Yep.
Or something, and kind of zoned out. They get really off on their days. So our programming is to build a routine. It's also Montessori programming. So Maria Montessori said, what you do for me, you take from me. So I can run in there, and I always kind of relate it to kids and zipping a coat. I can run in there. It's faster if I just zip that coat.
Sure.
And let's get out. But it's much more productive if you are learning to do that coat and continuing to do those things. So we really concentrate on what people can be doing.
Sure.
Breaking down activities instead of building a whole birdhouse and painting it and everything in one day, building a small part of it, painting it another day, so you're successful at every step of that. Still helping with preparing meals or setting the table, some of those routine things that you just naturally know how to do. Gardening is a big one. This was from our gardening party.
It's awesome.
And keeping active. So many people were farmers. And just to get in and prune some things, get your fingers dirty to plant something, is really calming and soothing, and it builds those happy memories. So that's what we're trying to work on.
Well, and again, the assumption should not be that just because someone, again, whether they've just received a diagnosis of Alzheimer's or they've been dealing with it for a while, the assumption should never be that they
can't do it.
Can't do anything,
Yep.
incapacitated, however you want to put it. I mean, that's where sometimes we're wrong, right? Because that does them no good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine that internally they're probably going through that sense of like, what can I do? So that's where we need to make sure that even if it is, taking small steps and doing things, it's better than the alternative, which is just assuming, well, I'm not sure what I can do for you.
Yeah.
Right?
And
I
that's
mean, even
the
just getting
hardest
outside.
thing as a family.
Right.
If you think, but they can't do this anymore, and they can't do this anymore. So it's really switching that mind. And the Alzheimer's provides exceptional trainings throughout the community on just switching that mind and how can you now have a good conversation and what activities can you do so that you're really having a better conversation and a better time to build that relationship. So that's really what we're all about, is empowering those families.
Absolutely.
Instead of that fear of, what can't you do? It's always easiest. Thad Burkamper, we actually heard a talk from him, and he did something about like focus on the blue, close your eyes and look for all the orange. And if you just focus on the bad things in your day or what you can't do, but let's switch that mind and look at the things that you can do and how can we make an activity successful.
It makes total sense for sure, and I just love the pictures. I'm just looking at all my friends from Sunnybrook on the screen. I love it. I love seeing them. Okay, so we got to get to the walk, of course. Again, tonight at Booney's. Of course, we had to have one picture with Dickie Vetter in there.
It had to be there.
Of Dickie Vetter. Tonight, a fundraiser opportunity again at Booney's on the Avenue, downtown Muscatine. And then the walk itself, the Muscatine Walk to End Alzheimer's, coming up on August 10th. So the date has been set.
Yep. Second Saturday.
Tying in together a little
Why
bit.
not?
Right?
People get it in their mind.
alz.org/walk to create a team. How many people can be on a team? Is there a minimum? Is there a maximum?
Nope, no minimum, no maximum. You can really be a team of your own, but
Sure.
you build power being together.
Sure.
So nope, no minimum, no maximum per team.
Now, do we have a location?
It is set for the riverfront.
Perfect. Okay, good.
So
And I would assume,
I'm sending really good vibes out there.
I would assume by August 10th we'll be in good shape.
Right.
August 10th.
Yep.
Come on, we should be good.
Yep.
Downtown River.
It will
I love
be.
it. And
It'll
again,
be
it makes
gorgeous.
sense with Muscatine Second Saturday going on.
Yeah. If not, it will still go on.
Of course it
So
will. We've got to.
Yeah,
We
it will have
to.
an alternate location, but we have all faith that the
It's-
rain will stop one day.
Isn't it amazing to know that there's 500,000 people that are championing the cause and getting online and creating a team? How many folks do you have helping out behind the scenes? You don't have to name them all, but I mean, I imagine to bring this event back, took a little bit of work.
It takes a lot of work. We've got a great team behind us, but we can always take more. And
Sure,
really,
okay.
you know, what we're looking for is if you love day of logistics, we've got 2 young ladies who are doing a fabulous job putting that together.
Awesome.
But we're going to need some manpower to
Sure.
just put it all together. And then, you know, handing out cards,
Yeah.
letting people know, I started a team, have you started a team?
Mm-hmm.
Is really, you know, the big piece right now. Dickie Vetter is going to hand out cards.
Yes.
He's on the street team.
Good.
With Kayla Beneful from Lutheran,
Oh, sure, of course,
are
yeah.
leading that recruitment team. So just helping that way as well.
It's great. It's a good organization, the Alzheimer's Association. We've been showing you online how easy it is, you know, to get involved, and we're thrilled to have this event back in Muscatine on August 10th along the riverfront, which will be dry.
It
There'll
will
be no
be.
flooding.
Nope.
It'll be beautiful. Won't
Yeah.
even be too hot.
No, it'll
won't
be
be
perfect.
humid.
No bugs.
No bugs.
No, it will be.
It's gonna be the most
So we are
picture-perfect
doing
day
very
ever.
early.
Okay. How early?
9 o'clock start with
Awesome.
a 8 o'clock registration.
Okay.
So you will be in, out, celebrated, and you know, ready for lunch.
That's fantastic. I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes total
we're doing
sense.
it early, and just
So
in case.
even if it is
Even
going to be
August,
warm,
it'll be
you'll be
beautiful.
You'll be good to go. All right, there's some details on the screen. Again, there's a group on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to that goal, y'all. Look at that. The goal for Muscatine, $26,000. You can see we've got a chip away, and I know that we can. 5 teams put together
that's
now.
what's online. So there's
More than
Yeah.
need to be entered, right?
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. If you need any details, right, you can go online. It's alz.org/walk. Find the Muscatine Walk. You can reach out to folks like Megan. I said there is the Facebook group.
Yep.
And this is just nice. It's nice to have this event back in Muscatine because we know, again, that a lot of people have personal connections.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have or have had a family member or someone you know that's dealt with Alzheimer's, you can at least be an empathetic person and understand that there are a lot of people. Listen, anytime that there's 500,000 people across the country supporting a cause, you know that it's worthwhile. There's the group right there.
and you may not even realize, you know,
Right,
you
and,
may
and
start
that's one
the
of those
conversation.
things that we, you know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Alzheimer's, one of those conversations that people don't like talking about
Yeah.
because the toll that it can take on people that they love. And I mean, that's the reality of it, right? These are not easy things to have a conversation about when you watched someone that you care about go through it. I
Yeah.
understand that. I mean, like I said, I've shared my experiences, even though they weren't necessarily Alzheimer's. You know, it's devastating when you see what can happen to someone over a period of time. But the reality is, I mean, we have to keep doing things to take strides to try and, you know, find a cure ultimately, right? I mean, wouldn't that be great if you got involved with a walk like this one on August 10th, and then 2 years from now we're sitting here going, hey, remember when they cured Alzheimer's?
Right.
Right? I mean,
There you go.
that could happen, right?
Yeah.
We never know who's going to have the breakthrough
Yep.
and where the fund's going to come from. Well, maybe it'll
Yep.
come from right here.
Yeah, and you never know down the line, you know,
Sure.
who may need those types of things. So,
Absolutely.
you know, now's the time to be talking.
Sure.
And there's so much not known about the disease.
tough. Yeah.
That finding out more and empowering ourselves more is going to help us. So,
Yep.
start that conversation because the person next to you may be too nervous to or not understand what's going on, and
Absolutely.
just need to know that someone's there supporting. So,
Every 65 seconds, someone is diagnosed. Is that what
Yeah.
that just said? Holy moly! Alzheimer's, 6th leading cause of death in the
And it
United States.
continues
Oh
to
my
grow.
gosh! I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and again, I don't claim to know everything, but just seeing some of these stats are it's astounding. So get involved, do what you can, support a team, form a team. Go to alz.org/walk. Get more details on Facebook and
enjoy dinner at Booney's tonight.
yeah, and hey, listen, get some
Yeah.
of those, the pretzel sticks with the beer cheese or whatever. DJ to wedding above Booney's Saturday night. 100% got the pretzel. The cheese
There you
sticks.
go.
I know it's not on any keto or any diet. Sometimes you just need it. And we started the show talking about words that I'm never going to be able to spell or say correctly. Our friend Jen Chapin on Facebook says that she says I can't spell rhythm hardly ever. Rhythm is again one
that
of those
one
tough
I
words.
did figure out.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
everybody
a good one, though.
has that,
It is
right?
a good word.
So restaurant,
Yeah.
receive, I struggle with. Oh man, I'm just thankful
Yeah.
that technology can save me right? Even in an email.
Until it autocorrects the wrong word, and then
I've typed things wrong so often that
It's a good
sometimes,
and
right,
bad.
my phone's like, wait, you've always spelled that wrong. You're not going to get it right now. You taught me that that's how you spell it. I can't think of the word that I have, but I have that where I then have to go back and change it. And it's like, all right, smartphone, you're not that smart. Thank you for being here.
Yes,
Good luck with
definitely.
everything.
Thank you.
This is awesome. We're glad to have it back. The Walk to End Alzheimer's, Muscatine Walk to End Alzheimer's, coming up August 10th. Please form a team, get involved. We want you to support it. It is a great, great cause. All right, we're going to go to the Tone Cam or to the CBI. Oh, hi, friends. Look at that. Excited. You know, at my house, we are moving soon. And when we got to the process of having to list our house, and, you know, you go through that thing where you purge a lot, you get rid of a lot of stuff. I had all my clothes downstairs in this big closet because I used to wake up super early and I would leave and I wouldn't want to wake anybody up in my house, and I changed jobs. So long story short is I had moved the majority of my clothes upstairs. And this morning I was like, hey, wait, I forgot about this shirt. I haven't worn this shirt in a while. I've been kind of just going through a slim rotation on the shirts because, well, I was just too lazy to go upstairs and get shirts out of the upstairs closet and move it back downstairs. So I need to do that. And yeah, we're moving. Geez Louise, what is it? 2 weeks we'll be moving. So I think I'm ready. Feel good, you know. Go through the whole process of making sure you don't forget anything, right? I don't have like a hidden thing of cash anywhere, do I? There's no gold bars that are buried in my backyard that I'm forgetting about. I don't think so. But isn't that interesting, right? I mean, I'm always the kind of person when I walk out the door, I do, and Adam Sandler kind of did this in his latest Netflix special, the phone, wallet, keys, check. So I do that every day when I leave the house. I make sure that I've got my wallet and my phone and my keys because I never want to lock myself out. Phone, wallet, keys, check. Check out the Adam Sandler special. I think he stole that from me because I've been doing that for years. Phone, wallet, keys, check. Every day. So as we get ready to move, I'm thinking about, like, you know, just you're in a house for almost 6 years for us, and I know my basement's empty. Ain't nothing down there. You know what I mean? There's nothing down there. It's great. But then there's other places that's like, I'm going to have to make sure that we don't leave anything behind, right? Stumble on any hidden treasure. It'll just be kids' toys. That's what it'll be. There's no treasure in my house, just kids' toys. All right, Ryan, I airdropped you a photo as the show is going on. You know, I talk about May being Mental Health Awareness Month, and our friend, Sammy Motley, with Motley May Photography, who was on the show a couple weeks ago, talked about how she was going to do a series of photographs, pictures, talking about mental health awareness. And this is one of the photos that she did, and she sent me. So this is great. We need to do a better job talking about mental health awareness, and Motley May Photography has invited folks to come down to the studio and have a photo session. This one is very powerful, and she's been posting a series, Sammy has, of powerful images. I wanted to share this one and to help erase that stigma again when we talk about mental health. And we know that people go through a lot. And if you want to get involved, I encourage you to reach out to Motley May Photography on Facebook or Instagram. And thank you, Sammy, for sharing that picture and for doing this. I'm so happy for Sammy. She was contacted by our friend Vicki Walters with the NAMI walk out of the Quad Cities, and she's going to be working with them. So it's great. I talked to Sammy a couple weeks ago. She came on the show. And she's off to the races doing this and helping to raise awareness during Mental Health Awareness Month. Shout out to Motley May Photography. That is just fantastic. All right, I want to mention a couple things, Ryan. I have, I'm going to go out of order a little bit because I have a physical copy of this flyer. This looks good. It's a Memorial Day Fuel Saver Frenzy. Listen, even if it's, if it's rainy or overcast this weekend, you can still get together and have yourself a little picnic or barbecue, or maybe if it's inside. I know that's not as exciting, perhaps. A lot of people want to be out on, just outside enjoying things. This is a great fuel saver opportunity for you on some fantastic items like veggie trays and fruit trays and guacamole. The watermelon boats are so fun. The veggie hula bowls and the large fruit pizzas. So grab one of these flyers. It's hot off the press. You come inside the store and you're ready to roll. And this watermelon boat in particular, it's one of my favorites. It'll literally be the talk of your party when you get there, and you have a watermelon that's just got a bunch of other fruit spilling out of it. And people go, what is that? You go, it's a watermelon boat. What do you mean? You know exactly what it is. Stop yourself. So check that out. Good through this Sunday, so keep that in mind, right? Don't be the Ryan Broderson of the party and show up on Monday thinking you're going to get the fuel saver, because it would be gone by then. So that watermelon boat looks good. Everything on there looks great. I love guacamole. Maybe you get the veggie hula bowl and a thing of guacamole, and you're just dipping. You're just dipping vegetables in guacamole. That's a great idea. So check those out right here. Boom, off the spindle when you walk inside the store. It's right there. It's that easy. Okay. This is a couple days early, but all the prices and everything you're going to see start today, Monday, May 20th. So on the back page of the Voice of Muscatine, Delmer doing some exercises with cheese curls. Look at that. That's how he has cheese, and now he's curling that cheese. It'll be cheese curls. Voice of Muscatine off last week, and it starts today with some deals at Wine and Spirits. So everything you're about to see on the screen, these prices are good starting today. And we'll get this out on social media in just a matter of moments. If you're watching this tonight, you can check it out. It's already going to be online, but these prices are good to go. It's a Memorial Day blowout sale, friends. Absolutely fantastic. Good deals on Miller Lite, Coors Light, Busch Light, Smirnoff. You know, Jose Cuervo's in there, Svedka Vodka, Exile Brewing Company. I can't tell you how much I love that deal. I took advantage of it for myself the other day. I got a 12-pack of Zoltan from Exile, and I got a meat purchase, and I saved $2. It was just great. Some Risata Moscato d'Asti. Got to say that. And then what about just some good vino, right? Purchase 6 bottles of wine, and you're going to get yourself some good deals right there. All right, and then, of course, at the bottom of that ad, don't forget, check it out, 8 free brats when you purchase 8 hamburgers. That's awesome. Split chicken breast, ahi tuna steaks, swordfish steaks. We're really excited about that ad. Looks really good, and we are definitely going to be ready. Regardless, rain or shine, for Memorial Day weekend, here we go. Off to the races, that's for sure. You've still got a couple more days to take advantage of the Fuel Saver flyer. I know that this is not the Fuel Saver flyer, but it's on the same rack as this one from the salad bar. So each week each Wednesday, we roll out a new Fuel Saver flyer. The flyer runs Wednesday to Tuesday. You grab it, great deals all throughout the store, and you just will save at the gas pump. I mean, it's, I don't know what else to tell you. The price of gas heading into a holiday weekend, I hope it doesn't go up. It doesn't have to if you shop at Hy-Vee and you've got that Fuel Saver. You swipe it, and then you save. Right now, I think I have 29 cents off on my Fuel Saver. I know that's not a lot. There's people that literally will fill up their vehicle and pay a penny. So if you're out there, you got the Fuel Saver, download the free Hy-Vee app on your phone and keep track. It's super easy to monitor it so you don't forget to utilize it. And one of the last things I'll mention before we get to the job board is just the Thursday night dinner plan. So I think we're doing ribs this Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. You can do a half rack or a full rack, and it'll be just as easy as showing up this Thursday, which is May 23rd. Yes, it is. Starting at 4, half rack of ribs or a full rack. Half rack, $8, full rack, $13. Includes those Hickory House baked beans and creamy coleslaw. Don't cook this Thursday. We'll take good care of you, and then you can peek at the menu for next week, which will have some steak on it. So, yeah, I mean, any time is a good time to have ribs. But if you've been waiting, if you've been thinking like, well, I'll wait till Memorial Day. Well, here we go. This is it, right? And programming note, there will be no show next Monday for Memorial Day. So just a heads up there. No show on Memorial Day. And then we are taking some time off as I do prepare to move. So we'll have a day and a week without the show. So a little bit of a break for everybody, which is good because Ryan Broderson's just been he's been asking every day, when are we going to get some time off? And I keep telling him, soon, Ryan, soon. And like I said, at the start of the show, we have a lot of folks coming through Hy-Vee today this week. I think every show we've got 2 guests pretty much, which is nice. And on Friday, we're really excited. Our friend Chef Tess will be back, so that'll be fun in the guest role, right? Representing the Merrill Hotel and Conference Center, who have been great to us. They helped us out when we did the I Do in Aisle 2 at the wedding here at Hy-Vee. They gave us a room for Kayla and Isaiah, the couple that got married here. They helped me out when Gary Dolphin, voice of the Hawkeyes, came to town. Gary Dolphin stayed at the Merrill. And, of course, Tess is excited to roll out the brand-new menu at Maxwell's. I have asked Chef Tess to bring some samples to feed sweet young Ryan Broderson. Ryan Broderson pledging to not eat until Friday. And I just hope that Tess brings him a giant bowl of that Brussels sprout salad that I saw on Facebook. That's all Ryan wants, right? Just the Brussels sprout salad. What'd you say? A steak, too? Oh, okay. Well, you could always go down there for dinner, you know, Ryan. I mean, you could take us out if you wanted to. I'm sure Tess wouldn't mind to see you. But we'll bring her in. We'll bring her here. That'll be good. All right, let's do the team staffing job board, and then we'll get out of here. So team staffing, Brooke was just here on Friday, right? 109 Lake Park Boulevard, down and around the corner, across from Happy Joe's. 100+ jobs available. That number can change, right? So if you see a posting that you're interested in, I encourage you, don't delay, reach out. This is Mary, has an opportunity for a CAD or a CAD operator, probably CAD. $20 to $22 an hour. Woo! If that's you, someone you know, they got that experience, call Mary right now. 316-7634, 563-316-7634, or reach out on the old email. Up next, we have Brooke. There's our friend Brooke, looking for some general labor. $11.05 an hour, first or second shift. You can call Brooke 563-316-7636 or careers@teamssi.com. And Jenny, last but not least, machine operator, $11.50 to $13.50 an hour, first or second shift, $100 hiring bonus, ready to go. Call Jenny, get started at that new job. If it's not you, it's someone you know, and she'll take good care of you. What words do you struggle spelling? That could be a whole topic for a show. If you're watching this on social media, leave a comment with a word that you cannot spell. I mean, I'm going to try right now as we're getting ready to get out of here. Let me see if I can spell restaurant. Oh, gosh. R-E-S-T. Ryan, you're going to have to spell check me. Did I spell restaurant right? R-E-S-T-A-R-A-U-N-T. Did I get that right? R-E-S-T-A. No, I spelled it wrong. Look at that. I had it R-E-S-T-A-R-A. I had restaurant. So I was close. See, I'm telling you. Ryan spelled it wrong too. Google saved him. That's one of those words that I'm never going to be able to spell right, and I'm okay with it. Good thing I didn't pursue that 4-year English degree, right? I was supposed to be a high school English teacher. What kind of teacher would I have been if I couldn't even spell restaurant correctly? The best kind. Trick question. All right. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you being with us on Monday. Thanks to Sky Edkin and Madison Sturms with CBI Bank and Trust for taking the time to join the show. Megan Francis, always good talking to her with Sunnybrook at Muscatine, and the Walk to End Alzheimer's coming back here in Muscatine on August 10th. It's also the loudest it's ever been in the store right now, so that's good. Don't miss out on this coming up, again, August 10th. Get involved, get your team together. Go to alz.org/walk, and we hope that you'll support the Alzheimer's Walk, which is back in Muscatine. Get some details on Facebook as well. All right, that'll be it for us for today. We'll see you Tuesday live at 8:30 or on Muscatine Power and Water, 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. Ryan Broderson, I would love to show that picture from the Wilton graduating class yesterday if we could. We are in full swing with graduations happening at the collegiate level. They all seem to be done for the most part. High school, several happening yesterday. That's a picture from Wilton. Louisa Muscatine had theirs. Durant. I saw our friend Nicole Sorgenfry with the United Way. Her son graduated. And Muscatine High School will have their graduation this Sunday. Congrats to the class of 2019. And don't forget to think about your friends here at the Hy-Vee if you need a cake or whatever else. You want us to show up, broadcast live from your graduation party? Why not? I got to buy diapers. I got a new house. We'll show up for a nominal fee. Bring the crew. Maybe a little Starbucks action for you. By the way, having a graduation party, you're planning all that, probably need this. That's for sure. Okay, thanks for watching, friends. And if you're with us on cable, appreciate you tuning in at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. weeknights on Channel 5. Thanks to RE/MAX. We like the folks at RE/MAX. They've got all the open houses and houses for sale that are going like that. So if you see something on this channel that you like, reach out to them and get an offer in. Take care, everybody. Goodbye or good night. You you tuning in at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. weeknights on Channel 5 thanks to RE/MAX. We like the folks at RE/MAX. They've got all the open houses and houses for sale that are going like that. So if you see something on this channel that you like, reach out to them and get an offer in. Take care, everybody. Goodbye or good night.
Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine. Streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah,
This
man.
Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.